Hi, welcome to Meet Food and Culture. I'm Yim.
Hello, my name is Adam Wynn. Hey guys, it's Edison here.
Hello, my name is Tarrant Taylor.
Hello, my name is Adam Power.
Yeah, that's our team. We are food lovers, and we are all coming from different backgrounds. One problem that we want to address and create this app as a solution is to help people who travel to a new area and not knowing anyone, but they love to travel to explore food and meet new people. There are many meetups app out there, but those are dating app. As a traveler, I don't think I have much time to swipe left or right or until matching with somebody. It's definitely harder for female traveler and often got sexualized by those meeting up apps. So we don't want to waste time or feel unsafe. And that's why we create this app as a way to meet up with people faster. And what is the better way to connect with people? That's food. But we hope this app could help travelers transition to a new location, but also as a way to bring people together and connect through food and culture. Next up, we will go into the details of our application goals and demo. And finally, we will talk about the technology used it and the challenge that we face.
So the goals of our application are to assist the user in connecting with other people within their area that also share similar food interests, give people who are new to an area an open mind to try new cultures through food. It can bring security to meeting up with new people while exploring new locations. It gives an option to people who want to take advantage of restaurant party or group options. It lets users post their food or craving plans, whether it be by location, type of food, description, or time, that allows others who are interested to reach out. It has a messaging platform for users to be able to get to know each other before meeting up. It shows user profiles with reliable information and reviews. We use Firebase to store user information. And our app is hybrid iOS and Android using React Native and Firebase.
Hi there. Let's check out our application, Meet Food and Culture. Let's start by signing up to our app. Okay. So our app is for those who are 18 and above. So the date will automatically put it at for those who are 18 and above. For me, I was born in 1998, and yep, 1998. Oh, password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Sign up. So once we sign up, we can edit our profile by just from library. Oh, hey, that's me. And we write a little bit about self. Hey, I'm you. Food, whatever it is. Here. Okay, so once we're done, we can click checkmark and successfully done. Select interest. So this will let you choose your food interest. This will help you match with our friends who have the same food interest preference. So I would select all for now and the local food. There are more options, but we can click done for now. So now we have our profile update. We can log out and log in to test if our email is right and see if we are in the system or not.
Hello, my name is Adam Wynn, and I'm going to walk through editing your profile page, sending messages, and scheduling a meeting time. So here I have a fresh account. I just created it. Now I'm going to go to my profile. I'm going to upload a picture here, and I'm just going to choose one from the library. So here's a picture of me. There we go. And I'll update my biography here. I'll just say, hi, I like to meet new people and try new foods. And once I'm done with that, I just click this check mark here, and then it'll successfully update it. Click OK, and then I can update my food interests as well. I'm pretty open. I'm just gonna select all, but you can select specific ones if you would like. I'm just gonna do all. And then I can go here and I can see people based on the suggestions, or I could also find people based on distance. So I'm just gonna max out the distance here, And let's say I want to find someone between ages 18 to 25. I can search for people here. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to select Paul Smith. And I'm going to send him a message. So now a chat is created with Paul Smith, and I can send him a message. I'm going to say, "Hi, how are you?" And then I'm going to go over to my other device I have open. So this one's actually logged on to Paul. As you can see here, I'm on Paul. I'm going to go to my chats, and we can see we have one created. So I'll just reply, "I'm doing good. Would you like to try some food?" And then we will go back to my page. So that just shows that the chat function is working correctly. If you want to close this, you can go out, close the keyboard, and then go back. So let's just pretend like we had a great chat with Paul Smith, and we want to schedule a meeting with him. So we can go back, and then we can go here and click Set Up Meet. And I can schedule it with Paul Smith. And I'll just name it Food Meeting. And we can schedule this for Tuesday at 11 a.m. And boom, we have an upcoming meet. As this account is fresh, there is no past meets, but the upcoming meet is there. And then we can also confirm if I go back to the other account on Paul, the upcoming meet will also show. So the meet will create for both people, both parties. And yeah, you can message and stuff like that. Also, when the meeting is over and you would like to leave a review, you can go back and find their profile either from the search screen or from the main screen. Click here and then add review. And you can just leave a review here. I'm just going to say Paul was a cool guy and the meeting went fine. And you can just confirm and then confirm again, and you're good to go. There's your review. Thanks for watching.
I'm going to be showcasing our Discover Food screen. So starting at the top, we have a search box asking you, what are you craving? So let's say we're in the mood for some Italian food. We just search Italian, and it filters all the results below for only Italian options. In this case, it's only one entry. So we can go ahead and click on their profile, and this takes us to the View Profile screen. And we can see Jeff Winger is his name, this is his profile pic, and then this is his About Me section on his profile. We have the option to send him a message if we would like, as well as see old reviews from people who have previously gone on meets with Jeff. For instance, this lady said that Jeff was a pleasure at dinner and even speaks fluent Italian. Now, say we have already gone on a meet with Jeff and we want to write our own review. All we do is click the Add Review button, our profile picture pops up, and we would type in about how I had such a great time with Jeff. All we do to submit it is hit the Confirm button. It will ask us, are we sure? In this case, we are. And once it reloads, you see our review pops in just below the old ones. If we go back to the previous screen, say we weren't in the mood for Italian. Say we were feeling some Chinese food. Search up Chinese, and unfortunately there are no open cravings from anyone else for Chinese. That's all right. We come to this little plus button here, give it a click. This takes us to our Add Post screen. Here we just give our post a title. We'll say Chinese because that's what we're after. A short description, would kill for dumplings. And then this is optional, but if you'd like, you can add an image. Maybe coax some more people to come out with you. See if I have an old photo of dumplings lying around, and I do. So once you have all these boxes filled in, you can scroll on down and click the Add Post button. Now if we scroll down the feed a little bit, past some of the older ones, we can see our post right here. It has our title, the image uploaded, our profile picture, our description, as well as a timestamp. A few seconds ago for us versus 5 days ago for an older post. Now, your post will have this delete icon in the top right corner. Other posts do not have this, as we can't delete other people's posts. Simply giving that a click and confirming your deletion will remove your post from the feed. You can scroll through all the open cravings on our feed and see what calls out to you. Or if you simply don't know what you want, you have the suggested users box up here. Every single user displayed in this box has at least one common food interest with you. So we click on the first person, and it brings us to that View Profile screen we just saw. And say we do want to just scroll through these guys, see he wants some Thai food, they want some vegan food, whatever one we feel, we can just go ahead and click on one, bring up the profile picture and everything we saw before on that View Profile screen.
Taylor, and I'm going to be going over our change password, our help and support, our about us, and our privacy policy all within our settings section. We're going to be starting off with change password. I'm going to enter this in. Now what this does is if I enter everything incorrectly, I need to go back and change something. If I enter everything incorrectly, it'll reset our password, but I'm going to enter this in incorrectly. For now, it'll give us an error. Wrong password. But when I do this the right way, it'll give us a password reset, like so. That done, we're going to go over to the help and support. This is where users send us a error message or error request talking about something wrong with our app. They need to input their name and their email. And lastly, you type in your error message and then you scroll down and hit send. It'll also give you a little pop-up that shows that that it's been deposited into our database. Like, and everything will refresh in case you need to do it all again. Moving on to our privacy policy. This isn't all too much. We just tell you about how we use your personal data in storage. Goes over your location and GPS. We never save it. We never share it with anybody. And we tell you about safety, how we're not liable for it, ways that you can stay safe using our application, and so forth. And lastly, we'll have our About Us section, which is just highlighting what our app is, what we do, what we're about. It's a cool place. Come check it out. And finally, on this little settings tab, you can hit the logout button, and that's that. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Edison here, and I'll be going to give you a rundown of the technologies that we used into building and deploying our application. First off, the technology we used was React Native. This was our overall and main application platform based on JavaScript. Then we had Firebase, Firestore, and its authentication services as our main backend and storage control. Then we had GitHub as our version control and project management platform. We also had some built-in libraries that were NPM for basically JavaScript. We had geolocation services just to locate nearby users without leaking any private information about them. Then we had some built-in Android native libraries such as image or library handlers, utilities, and other user interfaces that we won't touch on. And we also had Android and iOS simulators to be able to test and debug all these issues that we might have, and just to see if we had any complications that we needed to fix. Then we also had, just to give a little bit detail of how they fit in together, React Native seamlessly displayed all of our users' interfaces, and it just sends an API request to the Firebase in real time. It updates upon every request and post, and all these libraries give the applications the ability to perform and handle all these instructions that needed to be carried out. At first, we had some issues, that technologies that didn't work out or just failed to give us what we were expecting. So at first, we were having issues dealing with Firebase due to its lack of complex relational database structures. So what this meant was Firebase couldn't really handle or hold information from the same user, but in separate tables or collections, and be able to trace them back to each other. So we would have to be able to retrieve both from separate collections and then filter them out into their respective users within the front end or the JavaScript application. At first, we were skeptical about this, but since we were using maps and other functionalities, we realized that it didn't really affect it much because we would need to retrieve all these informations anyways. So it didn't really affect or deteriorate the performance speed at all. Another technology that really didn't quite work for us was Expo. Our initial main application platform was Expo instead of React Native. So the reason for this change was due to a lack of native functionalities it had at the time. There was so much limitations as to what the app could allow us to do, and one of it really had to do with navigation throughout the application. Just basically why Expo was just it was more comfortable, or it was more accessible to users because it could also run on Android, iOS, and also web platforms. But because of this accessibility, it didn't really have much functionalities that really touched on native apps. So there was a lack or limitation to what we could be able to perform with it. Thank you.
Hi again, thank you so much for listening to our demo. We hope you enjoyed it. And remember to download our app when it's published.